All right, guys, today we're gonna kind of head out and grab some food, a little day in the life here at Grilla Grills. We're gonna head to a local butcher, Blue Star Meats. Great guy, always got great food. The other cool thing that we're gonna show you is while we're at the butcher there down the road, we're gonna fire up the grill using the app while we're there. Really cool feature. Before we left, made sure it was uncovered, plugged in like usual. So we're gonna fire it up while we're at the butcher, get it going. So by the time we get back, it's about ready, and it's a great feature to have. And you'll see how nice that is when you're out here at a store monitoring your food, or you gotta start it up and get it warmed up. So we'll be ready by the time we get back there, Drew. Time to get some meat.
Let's do it. All right, man, so just got just a standing rib roast, pretty much a ribeye. It's got the bone in on the back, as you can see, got 3 bones. This actually made this exact same dish. The first time I actually used the Chimp, made it for my family for New Year's. Everybody loves it, so can't wait to get back once we get that puppy fired up. Mark's gonna talk about that in a second and do something awesome with it.
All right, guys, we just got our food from the butcher there, so I'm gonna fire up the grill. When I left, I made sure it was uncovered and plugged in. So you can see it's off currently. It's gonna hit this. It's gonna make sure that you have your cover removed. Swipe it, boom. See, it's 35 degrees out there right now. I got my set point at 250. Does that sound good?
That's perfect.
That's perfect? All right. We got it in PID mode. We're gonna switch that bad boy to Pro. Let's get a little more extra smoke in there. All right, we're out. Smoke's rolling in the back, in the snowbank back there. We had to shovel out a little path to it, but hey, that's Michigan, you gotta deal with it. You got the meat ready to roll?
Let's do this. Back here at the shop, we're going to get this bad boy ready to go on the grill. Not a whole lot of time it's really going to take. Mark already fired up when we were leaving the parking lot, so this is the easy part. What we have here is a standing rib roast, otherwise known as a prime rib. It's bone in, or if you were to just cut it singularly this way, you would have ribeye steaks. It's just that simple. This is just a bigger version of an awesome ribeye. We also notice here, the butcher has it tied up nice for us. If you are to go and purchase this, please, if the butcher ties it for you, don't cut this off, all right? What it does, it keeps everything tight, keeps everything concise, keeps those juices inside, keeps kind of hydrated while it's undergoing the smoking process, all right? Got some really good marbling, some nice fat cap on the top. We're just gonna give it a quick pat down. There we go. And then we're gonna take just a little bit of olive oil, just enough to cover it and get this Grilla Grills beef rub to stick to it here in a second. Just kind of rub it around. Have this nice and coated in olive oil. This is pretty much just going to help this stick. It doesn't really lend a whole lot of flavor to it. It will help though at the very, very end. Get a nice little kind of crust on the outside. Again, we're just going to get nice and liberally in here. We're using the Grilla Grills beef rub. Their own secret blend. You can use this. There's never anything wrong with just using straight up salt and pepper. Just use copious amounts, guys, because it may look like we're putting a lot on here, but we're seasoning the entire inside of this beef too. So even though it looks like we're just dousing it with this rub, we're really not. You'd be very, very, very surprised just how little bit of this is actually going to penetrate the meat. That's why we want to use a whole lot of it. All right, okay. It's good on the sides, good on the sides. A little bit more this way, just to make sure we get it all. See how beautiful that is? Coated on all sides. We have our twine on here, our olive oil, and we're ready to go outside and put this on the grill. Got everything nice and seasoned up. We fired up the grill from the butcher. We're just gonna throw it on. When we do, we're gonna put this bone side down. We want this fat cap here to kind of render and make a nice crust on the outside. That's really the only tip that I have other than just putting it on there. We're gonna keep this at about 250 degrees. You can any range here really, guys, between 225 and 250 is fine. We're gonna do it at 250 today. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in. Again, bone side down, fat side, cap side up. And put it right here in the middle. There we are. At this point, it just really sits there, does its own thing, and we'll see you in a couple hours.
got my app running, got the grill out there. We threw the food on there. It was set at 250, it's running 240, climbing back up. We want to set our meat probe at what you said, 110? All right, so that's right where we had it before. Basically, when it gets in 5 degrees of 110, so at 105, we're gonna get a notification it's within 5 degrees. We'll also get a notification when it's at temperature at 110. So this is gonna help me if we get busy, like, oh man, hey, our food's ready. So that alarm will be extremely helpful when we get busy like we do here quite often on Fridays. So we're gonna check back a couple times throughout the day today. I see we got customers out there in the showroom. We got Drew busy back here. The grill's outside in the snow doing his thing. So just keep watching and we'll be back shortly. So you get that airflow going around, and which helps get that better smoke flavor, because now as you know, the smoke comes out here, or the traditional, all the smoke kind of comes up, goes out, comes out the side. Right. So as that air comes up, it's all around, so the air moves around, and man, it gets that smoke down at the meat level. It's a solid grill, man. That's why we haven't changed anything on it, man. Like a glove. Yeah.
We'll have our stuff that's already ready to go. Yep. We're going to kind of plate that. And do you want to end it with the cocktail demo, or do you want the cocktail demo somewhere else?
Let's end it with the cocktail.
All right, so we're going to plate everything. With what salad you're ready to go? I'll pull it down.
So every Friday we get on our Facebook and we do live streams, and those usually contain recipes, cocktails, tips about how to cut things, tips about what you should be making, how to choose the best steak. We got just all kinds of content that we put in these live streams every Friday. If you want to get all of the up-to-date information on Grilla Grills that you can, you gotta tune into these Friday live streams every Friday at 1 o'clock Eastern.
All right, guys, so we're getting ready for the Facebook Live, which is why some of the action behind me here, but I just got the notification. Our meat probe is at 110, that's what you called for, right?
Yep, 110.
110, yep. So we got to take it from there?
Yeah, let's crank it up to 450 if we can.
All right, crank it to 450.
Perfect.
We'll turn it up, we'll get him out there. All right, boss.
Let's do it. All right, guys, here we go. Perfect temperature, 110, look at that, it's looking great. We're gonna put it back in after we let it rest for about 10 to 15 minutes while the grill comes up to temperature. Then we're gonna throw it back on. The skin on the outside is gonna get nice and caramelized. It's gonna be really good. That fat's gonna really kind of crust up really nice for us. And then we're gonna pull that out when it comes to about 130 degrees or so. Let it rest for another 10 to 15 minutes to a nice medium rare, and then we're ready to slice and eat, guys. Hey, let me in. The only reason you guys open it up is I have this. Just left me out there.
Yeah, I was gonna play some golf over here.
You see all of these fats and beautiful colors on the outside. All the spice you put on there really caramelized nicely into a beautiful coat. So until it's time to go back out there and throw this back on the grill, we'll see you again pretty shortly. So for today we're gonna be doing a roast, a sliced baked potato, who doesn't love that, and a wet salad, who really doesn't love that. Just a couple things I want to talk about real quick before we get cooking. All right, man, so we're about 110 degrees and we pulled it off. We let it rest about 15-20 minutes while the grill came up to 450 degrees. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this back in until we have internal temperature of about 130 degrees or so. Then we'll yank it off and rest a little bit more before we cut into it. But for right now, we're in great shape.
So I'm gonna use our Temp Tamer here. It's cold outside, so I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna press the pause button. That's gonna kick it into a 5-minute holding pattern. The Temp Tamer is gonna basically not look at the RTD for a while this door is open. And when he shuts this, now that time is gonna be used to get the chamber back to the rough temperature it was before we hit the button. Then the software will pick back up. So it's not gonna see that massive drop that you're gonna see by opening the lid when the weather is this cold. And what that normally does, drives the spike the other way. So by pressing that button, it's got another 4 minutes to stabilize. The software is gonna pick back up, say, hey, I'm pretty good, and just take right back off, man.
All right, guys, we're done. We made it. All right, so we're at the temperature that we want here, about 125 to 130 degrees. Just gonna pull our probe out, take her off. You can see how beautifully caramelized that is. Gonna give this a quick shut. Gonna head inside, let it hang out and rest for about 10 minutes, and then we'll come back, we'll cut it open and have a look, and I can't wait to see it. It's gonna be amazing. This is the end, this is it. I'm excited. So let's go ahead. I've been talking too much. Let's cut into this thing. That's all we're really interested in anyway. We can see the bones on the back of this just peeling right off. I mean, that is a great sign, guys. You can take those later if you want to, do some cool stuff with them. We're just gonna kind of give it a quick, just kind of pop those out of there. Okay, there they go. You can Fred Flintstone that later if you want to. Just throw them back in the oven until they get a little bit more tender, and you got some straight up beef ribs right there, okay? Turn this thing back over. Let's put it on our cutting board here. Let's just go ahead and cut into it, right?
Smelling good.
Let's just cut into it. See how we did. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Perfect. Nice and juicy. Nice and juicy. And it's just gonna be that way the entire time as we cut through it. But we have better things to do. We gotta eat this sucker.
Yeah, come on, man. We
Let's
gotta
do
do that
this.
for this.
Right? I'm just gonna go in with this thing. There we go. Okay. Perfect, guys. Perfect.
Oh my gosh. I gotta get one more of those.
You might as well. So I'm really picking up in here is this great caramelization from the outside, this great marbling, that fat's coming through, just a touch of that beautiful rub on the very end. But basically, if you cook it right, and we did, and the Grilla Grills does every single time, no matter which one you use, you're just gonna taste what you bought, that beautiful beef. We're just gonna take it up a little bit of an extra notch for you, but we're just tasting that prime rib right now.
That's why I like that beef rub. Actually, gives me has an earthy flavor to it, right?
I agree,
Just
100%.
a little
Yeah, and it's there, but it's just there to just to tweak it a little bit. It's not trying to overtake what it's there.
Oh,
to
I know.
do.
You can. People all the time think, more season, more season. I don't want to taste the seasoning. I wanted to enhance the beef flavor a little bit, or pork, whatever it may be. Yeah. But don't over season your food, guys. I mean, I love just the taste of the beef, you know. Yeah. But that does a great job, just kind of taking it to the next level. So, absolutely. Fantastic, man. Great job, Drew. Amazing. As you guys seen today, with the Wi-Fi that we have now, man, it made it a lot easier, didn't it, man?
Oh.
We're out cooking, or picking up the food, start the grill, come back, it's ready to rock and roll. It's cold as heck out there today. Hey, you want to go out there and turn it up? No, me neither.
Right, it is. Also, we were busy, man. We had to get back and get cooking, so we could just knock it right out.
With that live going on, with all that different stuff going on, I mean, matter of fact, when it was ready, the probe hit temperature. I kind of forgot about it. I'm like, hey, Drew, whoa, we hit 110, man.
Yeah.
So that notification on the phone helped me out to remind me, hey, food's ready.
Exactly.
So those are all those little things that Wi-Fi helps you even be that much better of a cook, and without forgetting, and gives you a little peace of mind while you're having fun, however that is, whether you're golfing, boating, doing whatever you're doing, man.
Exactly.
So, man, that's the day in the life here at Grilla Grills, a little chaos. We love it. We appreciate all the support, you guys, and thank you so much. And you guys too can do this. It's not that hard. And you got a guy like Drew showing you the basics. You got an app to help you, and you got obviously the grill that can do it in all weather. It's good times ahead, guys. So thanks for watching.